You want to get a close-up of the water?
What?
You want to get a close-up of the water?
Oh.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to Steve's Storytime Sanctum. I'm your host and your tour guide, Steve Husk. And today I'm also going to be playing the part of the bookshelf historian. In this capacity, I will introduce you to a story that was published before the Sanctum came online. This story is called Sacred Time. It's a science fiction story, a little over 16,000 words. It is book 2 of the Some Other Time series. My main character, Rob, loves the Chesapeake Bay. He used to enjoy driving across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. That's the bridge that goes from Annapolis to the Maryland Eastern Shore. The amusing part is that this bridge constantly gets voted as one of the scariest bridges in the United States. Now, having ridden on it and driven it more times than I can remember, I'm not sure I can really agree with that. But then again, I'm not in the same situation as Rob. Rob has a girlfriend who can alter time within a certain space. It's a trippy ability. Here's how the process works. Let's say that I'm craving rum. Now, I just happened to remember 3 weeks ago, there was a dude sitting here, he poured himself a shot glass of rum. So, I visualize what this table looked like 3 weeks ago. And lo and behold, I see the rum that was there 3 weeks ago. I take the rum off the table. With my mind, I reset time back to normal. The rum stays here. 3 weeks ago, the guy's glass of rum disappears. Well, looks like we won't be needing this prop anymore. Now the rum really is gone. She has absolutely no idea how she came to have this ability. She doesn't care. She's having fun with it. Until the consequences came calling. This ability has the negative effect of sending her to whatever time frame she calls up in her mind.
This is genuinely terrifying.
At first, this was an inconvenience. Then it became disorienting. Then it became unnerving. There was one occurrence where the area where she left from was entirely different. It almost cost her life. Now, Rob is a caring boyfriend. He told her, "You can't use this ability anymore." Rob goes one step, several steps beyond to try to help her. But that changed when he found out he had the same ability and he didn't know where it came from. And it seemed like he learned it a lot faster than she did. He could send his body to any time he wanted. Of course, now he had to start dealing with the same side effects that his girlfriend was having to deal with.
This is genuinely terrifying.
But now, Rob had a fantastic opportunity and a new way of raising money for his girlfriend's treatment. Rob's desire to help his girlfriend tricked him into performing some incredibly dark deeds. I'll let the story tell you the level of darkness involved. And yes, he used the Chesapeake Bay Bridge to perform one of those deeds. Now, for those who agree with the surveys and the articles and think that the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is the scariest bridge they've ever driven across, you might be unhappy to know that Rob found a way to make it even scarier. This whole time he's been trying to help his girlfriend, he never once thought about helping himself. Never spent the proper time working on himself. Well, he should have, because in one of his latest, darkest deeds, his mind sent him to a place that was going to kill him. Fortunately for him, he fought back in a way nobody predicted, and he survived. His ability to survive that caught the attention from somebody in the future. We're talking about the year 2060 future. This person came to him in the form of a projection. This counselor knew all about what Rob did and was actually quite impressed with it. He also knows what he and his girlfriend are going through. This counselor had knowledge that Rob needed to hear, such as how he and his girlfriend came to have this ability and why it was sending them places. The counselor invited Rob to meet him a few years into the future, Rob's future, on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, of course, to show him a potentially horrible future that could be caused and or made worse by Rob's continued use of this ability. And he urged Rob not to use the ability the same way Rob urged his girlfriend not to use her ability. Dude is from the future. Rob agreed on the spot, swore never to use that ability again. Except Rob had a reason to change his mind, don't we all? Rob ended up with questions that he decided could only be answered by using this ability to go to different times. An ability he didn't really even want. An ability he already swore he was never going to use. And of course, during this time, Rob also learned something about himself. His personal time, his sacred time, was not being used the way it should. He had to make that adjustment. And coincidentally, his new ability might be able to help him with that. Of course. The story is a little over 16,000 words long. You can find a digital copy of it on the Smashwords site. The link is in the description below. Feel free to leave your comments about the story on the Smashwords page. Feel free to leave some comments about this video on this page. Like the video and consider subscribing to my channel. There's one other thing I want to mention. There is truly no reason to be scared of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. No weird things are going to happen while you drive across it. And all you have to do is remember, Rob is a fictitious character. Maybe.